Peace and blessings to you and your families. I'm Ketu Oladewa, Artistic Director of TRIAC, the Three Rivers Institute of African Art and Culture. We need your support. I say we because the cafe, as is TRIAC, is a collective of volunteers working to sustain creative space for artists and patrons. 4 seasons ago, we opened the doors to the Acoustic SpokenWord Cafe because there was no other city venue where you could hear spoken word or acoustic music artists. Every other venue was simply a watering hole where artists were with background noise for raucous voices and clinking glasses. TRIAC wanted to change that, so we offered artists an acoustically pleasing space with a welcoming atmosphere to ply their words and music. Here they could really be heard. After 2 years, with a small grant from our local arts agency, we could give artists a small stipend in appreciation and support of their work. That grant is no more, and to continue that support for our local and regional talent, we need your help. By the end of September, we'll need $7,500 to cover the season's artist stipends, operational costs, and promotions. From an audience of 15 in 2009 to 35 last season, in 2012-13, we'll top 50 patrons for each of our 20 cafes. That may not seem like a lot, but in a house that seats 65, that's a comfortable space for seasoned and aspiring artists to develop. TRIAC is a multi-generational cultural community, strengthening identity through the arts, and the Acoustic Spoken Word Cafe is an incubator that enriches the life of our city and the lives of its artists.
I'm no magician, but I could turn puddles into rivers. I'd find a way. I'd much rather step into clear, sweet water than kick the mud from my feet any day.
When a cello becomes you. There are commas I lie in bed and worry about. Fragments on the brink of becoming.
Telling us we're here for a reason, for you to put words on the page. So that's so unique in and of itself. And so this is the quote I remember her saying: "Do not come lightly to the page."
Growing up, I never saw my story. A lot of people will say, that story reminds me of me or my family or whatever. I never saw my story.
When you've heard a door creaking shut, and the wind is dying down, and the road is longer than it should be, longer than you thought it would be, and no one can tell you how much farther on the window in the welcome place will be. Look for a circle where grass is pressed into the ground, where it hasn't sprung back up yet. Look for the places where the animals have slept.
Believe me, brother, this stretch where on the 10th day of a long cold march you walked a mile in 10 minutes, I've walked every last step of it. For 10 years I've been dying on this road. I've passed the underpass, the recovery home, the American Indian Center, past the free store where even if the clothing is free, the people sure ain't.
tree, a page mark in a history book, begging for a second look, poking out of a thick of thistle and pop cans thrown from cars, here in the middle of somewhere.
There's a first and folds, a crease they leave behind. There's bitterness and frozen dreams, unsaid poems and never minds.
Writing is my drug, and I will inject every vein in my body with the sweet and sour street gold until I reach the high so unbearable that my nose bleeds. Writing is my sun, and I will not put up an umbrella to block its rays because I like the way it burns my skin, turning it black. So when I attack white paper, we form an intricate dance simulating Dalmatians.
Not feel right, understand that mind is word and word is the seed, and from the seed springs breath, the instrument, sax, bass, drums.
I hope you enjoyed this Acoustic Spoken Word Cafe montage. Keep it growing. Peace and blessings.
Just don't let the spin get you down. Things are changing fast. I did too long. Hold on tight and you will last. Keep your self-respect, your manly pride. Hold your hopes right up to the sky. Come on now. Never mind your fears. Brighter days will soon be here. Take it from me, someday we'll all be free. Oh, just wait and see. Someday we'll all be free.